So imagine this. You're staring at a blank screen. There's a timer ticking away, and you need to speak coherently, impressively, for minutes with no notes at all.
Yeah. Sounds pretty daunting, right?
It really does.
Well, for many of you aiming for, prospective colleges, universities, or maybe even employers, that's exactly the challenge. It's Duolingo Speaking Task 17.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the source material, the Duolingo Speaking Task Guide, to really figure out how to master this specific thing.
Exactly. And our mission here is to pull out those really crucial bits of knowledge, the surprising insights from that guide. Give you a shortcut, really, to understanding this test component.
Okay.
Because it's more than just language, isn't it? It's about, well, strategic communication when you're under pressure.
Strategic communication, I like that.
And what we found might actually change how you think about this whole task.
Okay, let's get into it. The basics first. What are the mechanics here?
It's called a speaking sample, task 17. You get a topic, and you have to speak for, what, minimum 1 minute?
Yeah, minimum 1, aiming for 2 to 3. 3 minutes is the absolute max.
Right, 2 to 3 is the goal. And there's that visual cue, isn't there? The submit button turning orange.
That's right, yeah. After you pass the 1 minute mark, it turns orange, so you know you're okay to submit if you needed to.
Good little signal.
But here's the really revolutionary thing, I think. Something people often miss, this task. It's not marked by Duolingo in terms of a score.
Right, okay. I read that.
It goes directly as a recording to the actual place you're applying to. The college, the employer, whoever.
Ah, okay. So it's not about an algorithm score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It totally shifts how you should approach it. It's less about, technical perfection for a computer and much more about showing a real person your confidence, your thoughtfulness, how you actually communicate. It's like your audition.
Your personality comes through.
Precisely. Your presence, it all matters.
Okay, and adding to that pressure, perhaps, it's a video recording, not just audio.
Yep, video.
My first thought is just, oh, great, more pressure. What does the guide say about that? Does it just make it harder?
Well, you've hit on something the guide definitely acknowledges. It says right there that video can make people extra nervous.
Yeah, that.
But, interestingly, it frames it more as an opportunity. It suggests using your hands sometimes, for emphasis at times.
Okay.
And, crucially, trying to speak directly into the camera, almost like you're making eye contact.
Right, engage with the viewer.
Exactly. Even if you're pausing to think, that directness projects confidence. It helps you make that connection.
Okay, but here's the part that feels, I don't know, kind of mind-bending. The setup. You see the directions, the prompt, for just 30 seconds, then poof, it's gone.
Yeah, vanishes.
And the big one. No outside resources allowed. No notes, no phone, nothing.
Nothing, just you and your brain.
So you have to remember the topic, the sub-questions maybe, and structure your answer all in your head. How do you even train for that? My brain wants notes.
Yeah, it's a huge mental lift, isn't it?
Totally.
The guide actually links this to something he calls an extended version of read, then speak.
Ah, okay. That other Duolingo task.
Right, where you read something short and then immediately speak. So this is like that, but, on steroids.
Yeah.
Much longer.
Right. Extended. Makes sense.
And because you have to hold that prompt in your head and organize everything internally for like 2 or 3 minutes. It really hammers home why practice is so important. It's about building that mental framework before you're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So you don't just freeze when the prompt disappears.
Okay, so practice is key for recall.
Yeah.
But how do you actually structure it? If you can't jot down points, how do you keep it coherent for that long? Avoid just rambling.
Yeah, good question. Rambling is the danger. And that's why the guide gives a pretty clear blueprint for an organized response. It suggests thinking in like paragraph form almost. Start with a clear topic sentence.
Right, the main idea.
Then follow up with your support detail example sentences. Back it up. And then, conclude that particular thought before maybe moving on.
So like mini arguments within the bigger response.
Kind of, yeah. Think about those example questions they give, like, who has had the most dramatic effect upon your life?
Yeah.
And the sub-questions about what effects.
Yeah.
Or tell about your last vacation. You use that topic support conclusion structure for each main point you want to make about your vacation, for instance.
Okay.
And the guide even mentions, if you want to shift focus slightly within the same topic, say, from the fun parts of the vacation to maybe a challenge you faced, you pause and use another topic sentence to signal that shift.
Ah, okay. So you guide the listener.
Exactly. It keeps it organized, even over a longer time.
The guide also gives some pretty specific tips for the content itself, doesn't it? And delivery.
It does, yeah. Some practical strategies.
Like, use chronological order if it fits the topic. That makes sense.
Logical flow.
And it says give reason, and specifically that 3 is best for maximum score. 3 reasons.
Yeah, aiming for 3. That's often a good target for developing a point well.
Might be tricky to think of 3 on the spot sometimes.
It can be, yeah.
And for discussing bigger issues, it mentions global warming, taxes, employment. It says give benefits and determines. So pros and cons.
Right, showing balanced thinking.
Okay. But what if you just can't think of 3 reasons, or you're struggling to fill the time?
Well, there's the if all else fails advice in the guide too.
Which is?
Basically, speak out loud about the topic on whatever you think of. But crucially,
Keep talking, but keep it relevant.
Exactly. Don't just freeze.
Yeah.
And beyond the content itself, it stresses speaking in complete sentences, trying to vary sentence structure.
Not sound robotic.
And using good contextual vocabulary. It's all about showing your language skills effectively, aiming for that 2-minute plus mark. It's quality in quantity to an extent.
Okay, now this next part, I found this really, really interesting. Maybe even liberating?
Oh yeah, which part?
The part about filler expressions. Most tests kind of frown on hesitation, right? And Oz.
Generally, yeah. They want fluency.
But the Duolingo guide actually gives you specific phrases to use when you need to pause or think.
It does. It's quite counterintuitive at first glance, isn't it?
Totally. It lists things like, I've never thought about that before, or, let me see. Even things like, I'm not really sure what you mean. On the one hand, do you mean? Which buys you time to clarify the question in your head.
Right, or processing time.
And, sorry, I just need a moment to think. Just saying it?
Acknowledging it openly?
Yeah. And then there are linking ones, like, as I mentioned earlier, or one thing I forgot to mention. That seems like a game changer.
It really is. Yeah. Because they're not just, random hesitation sounds.
Yeah.
The guide presents them as actual tools.
Tools for thinking aloud.
Exactly. Tools for thinking aloud, maintaining fluency, especially when you remember that no notes rule. It's critical.
Right. You need thinking time.
You do. And these phrases let you take that moment, gather your thoughts, structure what's next, but still sound, well, confident and articulate.
Instead of just awkward silence.
Precisely. It turns that potential weakness, needing a second to think, into a recognized, almost encouraged part of communication under pressure. It shows you can manage the situation.
Wow. Okay. That definitely changes how you might approach practicing for this.
It's about managing the time and the pressure gracefully.
So, okay, let's recap then. If we want to nail Duolingo Speaking Task 17, the key takeaways seem to be using that paragraph-like structure strategically.
Right. Topics, support, conclusion.
Really practicing that mental organization because you have 0 notes.
Absolute correct.
Using the video aspect well, talking to the camera.
Engaging the viewer.
And, maybe most surprisingly, actually embracing those specific filler phrases the guide gives you, using them as tools to manage pauses and keep things flowing.
Yeah, that's a great summary. It really is a test of thinking and communicating on your feet.
It definitely sounds like it.
And, that brings us to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
While we focus really deeply on this one specific test task, what broader skills are you actually building here?
Good question.
Think about it. Thinking on your feet, structuring ideas impromptu, communicating clearly under pressure. These aren't just test skills, are they?
No, definitely not. Those are life skills.
Exactly. So the provocative thought is, how can you take these techniques, this practice you do for Duolingo, and apply them elsewhere? Job interviews, presentations, even just, tricky conversations.
Right. That ability to articulate your thoughts clearly without a script, under pressure, that's valuable anywhere.
Anywhere. So maybe the practice for this test has benefits far beyond just getting that score, or in this case, getting that sample sent off, something to mull over.